Live. Making sure the you know how we do. Make sure the audio is straight before we go.
Damn, Massachusetts 51 new cases of coronavirus. Man,
Man,
this
I'm
C
telling you,
virus.
it's all about people not washing their hands, man. I
Well,
mean,
shoot,
they
they
go they,
just
they go to these public areas, and all it takes is one person to touch a doorknob, and who's to say that person comes behind them 10 minutes later didn't know that person had it, or hell, 30 seconds later and touch that same doorknob, and then they go home and they family got it, or they go to another place and touch another doorknob. Now everybody else walked through that door. I promise you that's one of the easiest ways that this stuff is spreading. Like we got a case in Atlanta right now that an employee at a Waffle House got
mm-hmm.
you had coronavirus. Can you imagine Atlanta plus Waffle House equals a lot of damn people? Can you imagine how many people ate at that place?
And you know what? The people
I,
that should be immune to the coronavirus is people in Atlanta. They already dealing with
yeah, but I'm just
20
saying.
million diseases, so
Yeah,
it's
but
just
I'm
like
saying, I'm dead serious. It's like that's how it's spreading. It's not like something that people are sick, don't get around them. Yeah, you can. Yeah, obviously you don't want to be around them, but it's spreading because of a main area people are walking to or through, and if one person touches something, everybody who else is going through that is going to. Just think about it. One person touches a stroller, or I mean, not a stroller, but a shopping cart in a Walmart that may have it. How many
well,
other people you think that's going to touch that same stroller? I mean, that the shopping cart.
well,
And
shoot the
then
new.
let's say 10 people touch it. Then those
Mm-hmm.
10 people go somewhere else and touch something else. And those 10 people touch something else. Another 10 people each touch the something else. In 30 minutes, 100 people probably have it that quick. I mean, it just goes back to wash your damn hands. I can't say it enough. I promise you that's what it is. Those 51 people in Massachusetts, I promise you they've been in one or two common denominator places. And you got one out of those 50 something people who didn't wash their damn hands. And it spread. I mean, that's basically what it is. Stop this shit and wash your hands. I can't say it enough. Be clean. Don't be gross. And this shit will go away. I promise you. Just like any other flu or whatever. And no,
Don't turn into Trump
I'm not
because
turning into
Trump's
Trump
saying the
again.
same thing.
Because he's telling the truth. I mean, you got to give him credit. Don't be nasty. I don't care
I,
who says it.
folks,
Don't be nasty.
I don't condone the Trump approval by
Well, that's
VF over
fine.
here.
Well, don't follow Trump and your ass to be sick.
Yeah,
Fuck
well,
that. I don't care about no political affiliation. That shit don't care about
it's not
Democrat or
about
Republican.
political affiliation.
Exactly,
It's the
exactly.
fact.
So if that man saying something that's true, you got to give him credit. Fuck that shit. If you don't stop being nasty, if the man say, or if anybody say, be clean and don't let shit to happen for you to get this shit. Listen to the shit. Don't just say, "Oh, he said it, so I'm not listening."
Yeah,
Fuck that. Niggas not trying to die. Fuck that.
but poor hygiene is up there as one of the reasons, but it's not the only reason. So
It's not, but it's the main. I promise you, it's about 95%.
it's no, I don't think so.
Fuck that. I promise you. You wash your hands and be clean and get out of people's faces. You won't catch the shit. I promise you. Let's get back to the real shit. First and Framerates episode 126. Reggie going to join the GameStop. Yeah, you mad about it too? I know. I don't care about GameStop either. NFL 2K possibly returning in 2021. Well, I ain't gonna say possibly. It is at this point, but in what shape or form or fashion is returning. Spike Lee versus the Knicks. Spike Lee's been kicked out. We touched on that one time, but it's getting a little heavier than what we thought it'd be, and we're going to talk about that as well. Son, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? I gotta watch him because he likes to go down the stairs. So.
Oh yeah, you saying that he's now a free man.
Yeah,
Go where he wants to, take whatever pizza slices he wants to.
No, he's worse than pizza slices. I'd rather take pizza slice before you gotta tumble down those stairs. That's long about the stairs you're going down. I can't have that. So what's going on with you, DJ, outside of this corona shit that's going crazy?
Well, I had a good day at work, but found out some bad news. A former high school teammate of mine was gunned down last night.
Damn, that's fucked up, man. That's sorry to hear that.
So I'm like, my father told me the news, and it's I really I'm like I was lost for words initially.
Shit, I lost a friend of mine a year and a half ago. I still can't get over that shit.
So I'm like, obviously it's gonna hit me. It would hit me harder than it would hit like a Kobe Bryant passing because we were teammates. We were
you're
close.
to him.
So
Yeah, you're close to him. Yeah, I understand that absolutely. On my end, nothing's going on. I actually, been doing more work up here in the game room because this room is being fairly messy because I got my little man down here, well, up here, and he likes to pull games off the bookshelf now. And he likes to look at games, and he actually likes to open the cases and try to chew on and tear up instruction manuals. So this is fun, ain't that right? Huh? You got nothing to say? I hit my headphones, okay. But yeah, man, just everything's been cool, man. Just been same old, and it's gonna be pretty interesting this episode. Uh, what you want to start off with first, man? I don't know where to go. Other than that, man,
let's get the 2K
it's
stuff
gonna
out
be
the
long.
way.
It ain't that easy. It's gonna be long.
I don't see something like this from the amount of words we've probably put into that each and every now and then. I actually would not expect this topic to be long at all because all to me, this is between what Rex Dixon said a few years ago when everybody clowned him about all 2K has to do is just negotiate the license or just buy the license and we can get the competition going again. And everybody clowned him. And here we are.
Well, I mean, the main thing is I'm not even going on that aspect. I want to see what they're actually trying to put out. And basically, 2K did strike a deal with with the NFL. Basically, they're going to be able to make a football game, but it's not going to be more. It's going to be more of an arcade style ball, more like I'm not going to say it's going to be like NBA 2K playgrounds, but it's going to be those type of games like a blitz or a street or maybe a football manager, maybe even a head coach style game. Which honestly, a head coach style game wouldn't be that bad. But overall, I think it's okay because this is a way for them to get their foot in the door. Also, after 2021, the license for the full package for simulation rights, they are up, and 2K has expressed interest in obtaining those. So this may not be just an only arcade style game to start out with. This could be something. Personally, I think this is a perfect way for them to get into the game and get their feet wet and actually get some feedback on what people may think. Because I felt when I first heard this, I was like, they're not doing a simulation game, rightfully so, because if they do a simulation game, the expectations are going to be so high. I don't think they will ever be able to reach those expectations.
Oh,
and
no.
The game could possibly bomb. I mean, you got to think about it. This is 15 years of, this is 15 years of actually saying, hey, look, we want a game from you guys. And when a game comes out, people are going to want some astronomical things. And it's just going to make it worse. So I think with the arcade style is first thing they'll know who's interested and then go from there. Now I'm starting to wonder, like you said with the Rex Dixon thing, I don't think it necessarily was open the entire time. I just think they just did not buy the rights to do anything up until now. And I think this is a good time for them to do it. Well, I ain't gonna say I think it was a good time. This probably was a good time for them to do it now because of the fact that the entire rights are gonna be up in 2021. So that's what I'm taking from it. And I'm not. Today has been actually pretty tame compared to what they usually do. The 2K crowd or just people who wants to, think 2K is the best thing on the planet. It's a good thing that it was not as prominent as it was on Twitter because, for one, I'm not here for the bickering anymore. This shit's been going on for years. I can't tell you how long that I've been around to wave the 2K flag. I can't tell you how long I've been around to stop waving that flag. Then I started to realize that 2K really just don't care. At one point they didn't, but I see what they were trying to do. Now it's to the point where they're going to do something, and I just don't want to deal with the bickering, the arguing, and the back and forth. And that's why I just got off social media altogether once I said my 2 cents. What are your thoughts about this and what you think the future of 2K football?
Well, I would think the future is looking bright. They're they got 1 foot in the door. They're kind of back in the game. They can start practicing with their engine, their motion engine, because they're going to. My prediction is they're going to use their motion engine that they use for NBA 2K. That was always a sticking point that I felt that they would take that approach, whether it be an arcade game or a simulation game, was that they was going to use that engine. They can't pull anything from the past code-wise. Well, that's my belief. They can't pull anything code-wise from an OG. What is the 2K came out during the OG Xbox days, right?
2K, I'm gonna tell you about 2K football. What basically it is 2K. If you've really been following 2K football, the engine is basically built from the Dreamcast. You can look at NFL 2K all the way up to 2K5 when that was on the original Xbox. It is basically the same type of engine and movement. Even with All Pro Football 2K8 is nothing but an updated engine of 2K5. So the entire 2K football library is based off what they had on the Dreamcast. So now they're going to have to use something different. You don't want to use a Dreamcast engine. I don't care how people feel about 2K8.
Yeah, it's just not compatible.
Right. You don't want to use that engine because basically it's the Dreamcast engine going on to a PlayStation 5. Mm-hmm. Who want? I mean, you're basically saying like, yo, let's use a PS2 game to put on the PlayStation 5. Like, no, they're going to probably build it from the ground up, or just do like let's say for instance what Resident Evil 2 did for what they did from PS1 to PS4.
Mm-hmm.
It's a totally reimagined game. So they'll probably do something on that level.
Right.
So yeah, that's what we're basically looking at.
Yeah, I'm like, but again, it's going to be, even though there's more of a defined end goal here, versus people, like a lot of people didn't know what was up in the air, like what was the status of the license and stuff like that. Now there's more. I think the biggest thing is that there's more clarity
right.
in what is going on, and whether EA has a stranglehold like they've been claiming that they've had. I'm like, I actually laughed. I found that EA's statement was amusing. It's just, oh, don't worry, we still do the simulation. I'm like, really? You're reassuring folks, oh yeah, we still do the simulation aspect, when even that's about to end. So I chuckled a little bit when I saw that.
That is just funny how they're trying to say that we're still here, but hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm. I crack open my and you all right? This man about to die on stream.
Tell your mama that you trying to run downstairs again. Yeah, my son is fast.
Yeah, and you have to reenact your old career, chasing down escapees.
Right, exactly. But what was I saying? I can't remember that quick. Oh goodness, who cares?
Oh yeah, my short-term memory is fried too.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But anyway, the thing is you just don't want to have a game that a handful of people beloved. I mean, let's be honest. All Pro Football is loved by a few people, and some people even play the Simulation Football League. They don't even look at that game as APF anymore. They built the brand to the point where that game actually looks like a whole different game now. So nobody's looking at that nobody's looking at SFL because of APF. They look at that as their own game. Mm-hmm. But nevertheless, I think they really just need to build the game from the ground up. I think that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, and I think that's what people like with this announcement and these statements by both companies. It's just that people are going to truly, for the last time, and I can't stress this enough, let go of the past and have real expectations for 2K moving forward. I believe the community should be happy, but now we need to set realistic expectations moving forward, because 2K is not going to come out with a banger right away, especially with whatever arcade game they're going to produce right out the back. Well, and then once they're able to get into the simulation aspect, maybe they'll be a little further along, but they're building brand spanking new.
Yeah, I mean, right now they said the game has been in development, not for how long, but what the arcade games have been in development. And I'm not going to tell people. I'll just put it like this. I mean, we probably could say this in the same type of words. Keep your expectations in check. Now, don't get me wrong. 2K do a very good job with video games. You know what I mean? We can say
Well, outside of WWE, but
yeah, I mean, outside of WWE, which we know this history behind that. But one thing is, like, they do a good job. I'm not going to sit here because this is one thing why I got off Twitter as well. It's like everybody, and I ain't going to say everybody, a lot of people came out of the woodwork, just started slandering 2K. I'm like, I know you're trying your best to curtail people's excitement, but 2K is not that extremely bad like people came out and make it out to be. 2K5 is still very playable to this day. Let's not get it twisted. In my eyes, anyway. And and I'm not saying that nobody else is wrong, but I think anybody with common sense who actually just look at the game and say, okay, I can see why people like that game. But there were some people like, yo, this is this and this about NFL 2K5. I'm like, yo, chill. I mean, I understand you want to play devil's advocate to be the cool kid, but don't be a dummy at the same time. You know what I mean? Use some common sense. Act like you got a brain. But, I mean, that's one of the things I had a problem with. That just made me want to just get the hell up off Twitter. But my thing is, I think if they develop a game, let's say if they develop a simulation game for 3 years, because they have to build it from the ground up. I say if they build it in 3 years, I think it will be a solid outing. I'm not saying it's going to be a Madden killer. I'm not trying to say it's going to be like one of the best football games ever. But I believe if they build a game in 3 years, I think they'll do a really good simulation game. Now, I'm thinking that they've been doing development in arcade games. I'm also inclined to believe that they've been doing development longer than this. If you give them 5 years, you're probably going to get a top-notch football game. Way beyond what our expectations is.
See, my main problem with 2K Sports is they should have an NHL game out now. Okay. There's no exclusive license out there. No. It just bothers me to death that they do not have a game out.
I mean, the problem is the thing about NHL and MLB 2K, the main developer of those games has been defunct. Kush Games made those games. They made damn good baseball and hockey games for 2K. After 2K8, they were gone and haven't been heard from since. I don't even know if anybody's still around. I don't even think that company's still around. But they were the ones that made. I mean, 2K tried. They tried with 2K all the way up to 2K11 for NHL. And they tried with MLB till 2K13, and it just did not flourish. So,
Bills is here if you want to let it. Okay, cool.
And with that being said, that's why you don't have a hockey game. That's why you don't have a baseball game. 2K in-house cannot make those games as well as they could. They tried and they failed. It took 3 years for them to get rid of the hockey game and 5 to get rid of the baseball game. So I would love to get it, but they need to get Kush Games back together because Kush Games, they made amazing games. There was no doubt about it. But the
fact that their name was Kush,
right?
Some high-rated games.
But nevertheless, I just don't want to get into the semantics of people just saying, "Oh, this is this and that is that." Don't get me wrong. We all have some type of fatigue of 2K football. I have. I played 2 30-year dynasties in 2K5. Really?
Oh man, your son is spitting out a lyric from Busta Rhymes. Y'all. You see?
I know, right?
He knows.
And 2K8, I just never got into it outside of playing one season. So, but the gameplay is there. It's just a few tweaks they need. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at like some people are just going overboard with it, and I just couldn't deal. You want this? No?
Oh, okay. Man. All right, that? Bills, where are you?
How you been doing today, man?
I've been fucking busy.
I can imagine.
We can tell.
And the second I could get away, I started watching Green Book and completely lost track of time.
No, it's all
hey,
good.
That happens.
So we got a lot of news today about 2K coming out in 2021. They're actually gonna put out a football game. It may not be the football game that we want, but they're on the map.
It's going to be the football game they need.
Yeah, I mean, they have the license now, so that's pretty interesting. What are your thoughts on the surface? Oh, first of all, they only can make a non-simulation game, so we may look like an NFL.
Oh, I saw all of it.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't. Go ahead.
Well, no, yeah, I came in the I came in the DM before and said something. I thought I did. Maybe not.
So what are your thoughts about this on the surface?
So I just find it funny because like we were kind of making predictions, and I was the one that said that they'd be back sooner than later, and I actually said, next gen they'd be back, and here we go. It gets announced,
and you didn't have any sources. So
I had no sources.
Exactly.
Just
you see what happened to people that had sources and tried to predict.
Oh, of course. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's really good as long as they can get their foot in the door. Now, another thing this kind of confirms to me is the fact that we've been saying it for the longest time. They could have been made a game.
No, licensed or not. Well, at this point, licensed or not, because at one point we thought it could still be unlicensed.
That's what I'm saying.
Could have been practicing with that motion engine that they have for 2K basketball.
Of course.
All along.
So here is the gray area that we're going to have to find out more about. What constitutes sim versus non-sim?
That's a good question.
I mean, that's a question that we've been asking for a long time.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like as far as making the game, designing the game, what exactly can't they do? Can it not be 11 on 11? Like, what are we looking at here? Because
I think that's the main thing. Is it going to be 11 on 11 or not?
Because my thing is, hey, if they want to put out an NFL Street type game, hell, if they want to put out a blacktop version of football, right? I'm all for it because I can guarantee you, if they can find any loopholes in there where they can actually give us sim gameplay without necessarily giving us, I guess, simulation in total, then we're going to have a situation where 2K is going to get their foot back in the door for simulation in total. Right. As long as they put out a quality product.
Bills,
there are no excuses at this point.
Bills, you got to understand that after 2021, the full license is up for them to make a simulation game.
See, I didn't. Now that's the part I didn't see.
Right.
So then, in that case,
see, now it makes you think like. Now you have to understand, like, we got to figure out, like, why they didn't put out a game in general at this point.
They could have been ahead of the game.
But that's what I'm saying.
No, they could have. I agree, DJ. I'm not saying that we're wrong or you're wrong about they could have done it beforehand. But now you kind of understand maybe why, because they knew when it was going to be up, and then that's when they said, okay, we'll just strike now, get our foot in the door, keep our name ringing, and then turn around and get the full license. I'm not saying it's good business strategy, but that's probably what they were thinking.
But you know what? I could probably guess whatever game they were thinking, developing, and now they can confirm that they were in development. It's probably been about 6 months in the works.
Yeah, I can see that.
Here's what
maybe a year at the most.
Yeah, because that's the time you negotiate something like a contract like that. So yeah.
And here's what 2K is really smart and really savvy at. They're very aware of what people that are gonna play their game want before they release it.
Right.
Most times. So what I'm thinking is, okay, look, it can't be simulation, right? We still don't really know what that means, but let's say they have any type of My Team version of football.
I was just about to go there. Keep going.
Like, I'll tell you what, Mutt is gonna have a huge fucking problem on their head because 2K can pull the okie doke. They can say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get the people back with this My Team mode." But rest assured, when 2K21 is up, oh, we're about to bust y'all's ass.
You have to understand. I'm glad you went there. I'm about to say this.
All Pro Football 2K, the sequel.
There's so many things they can do.
You gotta understand. Like maybe they could do a My Team or something. You know, people. It's not even the sim community. People are going to eat that up if it's a card game. I mean, hands down. Now think about it. They put that in with good gameplay, plus a real good incentive to play the game outside of just buying cards. People are going to want to play that, especially if, let's say, something is small. Bills and DJ, dead serious. Something as easy as the odds of getting X player is way better than what it is on Madden. Yeah, it's a wrap. Like say for instance, who's the next big thing? Let's say Joe Burrow. Let's just say you get like a diamond Joe Burrow, and the odds of getting him are better than it is on EA. That alone to get people to stop playing the game. Because those people eat that type of is that for us? Hell no. We can give two shits about a card game, but you gotta understand, if you want to bring casuals over, let the odds be in favor of the player or a little bit better than it is on EA. It's a wrap. And then, of course, like I said, the following year they come out with a full simulation game. It's a win-win.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, once we figure out more about what sim versus non-sim, whether it's modes or, I mean, I would think it'd be very vague for them to say you can't make a sim game and it have anything to do with gameplay. Because then it's like, well, how do you measure what sim versus? We've been talking about that for years.
Yeah, because sim and gameplay, those two, they don't necessarily not to go hand in hand. But the thing about it is, you can't tell a company like, hey, look, we can't have double team pass blocking because that's necessarily sim, but that form of sim, you can't have that. Or you can't have certain swats or certain animations to intercept the ball because that looks like what we see on Sundays.
The funny thing is, a game that's not totally sim to dictate what other companies can and cannot do. To say, they can only make non-sim games. I'm like, motherfucker, you don't even make sim games.
And here's what's really gonna be interesting. Knowing now that Madden 21 is gonna go up against a 2K game, how does their focus shift to the future, the very near future?
You think they jump the gun and say, "Oh shit, 2K got a damn good My League," so they might put that in an NFL game. We better make our franchise mode worth the damn.
Yeah. I would jump through any roof if I would hear that.
There's a couple things I see. That's one. The other thing is, I think they were ahead of all this, and they knew that perhaps 2K was coming back, or they knew that 2K was coming back. Shit, maybe they do have a new engine.
Could be.
Mm-hmm. So it's like there's a lot of things that they could have done just knowing that there was competition on the way, and it could all be just a benefit for us in the end.
Well, you got to understand, 2K did the same thing. When they thought NBA Live was coming out, you see what they did.
Of course.
When they knew Live 14 was coming out, they knew what they did. Every time when Live was coming with a game, 2K tried their best to step their game up. Not to say that they didn't every year, but because you could tell some years they were slacking. Look at NBA 2K12 and 13. When they knew Live wasn't coming out, 2K12 and 2K13, I mean, it was abysmal, especially on the ball tangibility. Soon as Live come out with 14, then you got what we got with 2K14. The PS3 and PS4 version was really good. So, I mean, I totally agree with that. So
simulation could be, hell, they could do something where it's like, okay, you can't have current NFL players. Maybe you can have all-time teams with all 32 teams.
Right.
There's a bunch of shit. We just have to figure out exactly what non-sim versus sim is. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's about to get crazy in a couple years.
Yeah, I can see it too. As a matter of fact, I want to see what kind of game that they're going to have football-wise. I would love to have an NFL Blitz game.
You know, hold on. This is what they can literally do right now. They don't even have to go arcade. Just do the XFL. You have a safety net now.
But that's what I was thinking.
Just do the XFL for that 1 year or whatever.
Seriously, earlier this afternoon when I was thinking about it, I was like, why did they go this route? They could have just went XFL. I mean, to be honest, they could have just went XFL.
That could have been their non-sim.
They could.
That could be their sim game.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a caveat that they know that we don't, that
they won't have the NFL players that are linked to the NFL that are in that league.
Or like I said, all-time teams.
Because that's the thing we actually talked about with 2K and the XFL. It's just like, okay, what will happen? You got all these players that are still under the NFLPA, but just are free agents right now.
But here's the thing, though. Remember,
hold on, I'll be right back. My son trying to go downstairs again. Y'all keep talking.
Gotcha.
Like the thing is, remember that we saw homeboy with the Carson Wentz jersey on Park.
Yep.
So I think they have the licenses to all the players. It's something that they know, a caveat that they can make the game simulation based on gameplay, but there's something that they can't put in, whether it can't be 11 on 11 or you can't play by the actual rules of the NFL just yet. Maybe there's something.
You can't have a season that mimics the NFL or something.
Right, you can't have a season that mimics the NFL. Maybe you can't have a 16-game season. You have to have a 14 game. There's plenty of things. It's like
because you got to think about it. The word simulation is not the same as what they may think it is. Simulation could easily just be 11 on 11.
Well, you got to think
about it. Simulation could be
You gotta think about it. They have lawyers that are like going through dictionaries and whatever,
of course,
just with a fine tuned comb, and they are trying to find out, okay, what does this word mean? Let's just figure out the root word, everything, and then when it comes down to it, we will come out with that. And 2K the same way to try to counter.
And what's the limit? What is the line that 2K can ease up to, right? Not cross, but ease up to where, no, it's not technically simulation based on the definition. But for us, the gameplay is simulation.
What about this?
Yeah.
These non-simulation games could rake in so much money from the casuals.
Of course.
To the point where it may not be an exclusive license like what we see now.
Man,
like right now, EA could do this, and this. What if both companies could do this, and this based on the revenue they're getting from both?
We could see a situation where we see NFL 2K21 in a different form come out free, included with NBA 2K21.
Damn,
that's true. Or NBA 2K22, because that's when.
Well, 2K22 would be. Wouldn't they technically be able to make a sim game?
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying the arcade style game could be laced with the NBA game.
And then the next year they come back.
Probably be free or probably like both together for $70 or something.
Yeah.
I got you.
I mean, bro, like the possibilities are truly endless with this situation.
I think at the end of the day, like we said earlier, they could have made a game all this time. We've been saying that.
Of course.
But I think the way that this is set up now, I think because of next generation consoles, the fact that the license really expires in 2021 or the end of the beginning of 2022, I think they figured out this is the time now to make the announcement and make a game now, an arcade style game, to get their feet wet into the space and go from there. Because like I said, even if they did make a full-on sim, albeit be APF 2K20 or something like that, I think the expectations would be so high, and I think they know it, that it would probably bomb their game because some people just go unrealistically, crazy over 2K football, and it probably would have sunk them after they started.
By the way,
they had to catch some type of demographic to say what the big landscape, casuals and hardcore may want or don't want.
By the way, I have to address how corny and weak the EA Sports statement was regarding this.
That's funny because I literally said I was amused by.
said the same thing,
I was amused by their statement. That brought forth a chuckle.
EA Sports is the exclusive publisher of NFL simulation games, not for long, and our partnership with the NFL and NFLPA remains unchanged.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna let you do that over again. Let me put that on the screen real quick.
All right.
Put that on the screen real quick.
Because this whole thing is it's laughable. EA Sports is the exclusive publisher of NFL simulation games, and our partnership with the NFL and NFLPA remains unchanged. Our agreements have always allowed for non-exclusive development of non-simulation games on various platforms. So they're trying to take a shot like, oh, well, now y'all coming out of nowhere. Then they say our commitment to NFL fans, which spans almost 30 years, nobody cares, has never been stronger, and we're having our best year yet. Then they go on to basically talk about sales, which nobody gives a fuck about. So here's my thing. Now,
they said new modes like Superstar.
See, that's it right
but that's
there.
What I'm saying.
It's like
esports broadcast.
You talk about simulation, but you're touting your arcade mode.
They're essentially touting an arcade mode and basically the evolution of social media to get their shit out to more people. That's basically what they're talking about. Because you can't brag about your esports shit and then not say that esports in general, the broadcasts are up across the board, because they are. That's not just a Madden thing.
Wait a minute. Since you broke this down, this statement makes my head hurt.
I know, right?
You look at the first sentence.
Right.
EA Sports is the exclusive publisher of NFL simulation games. Stop right there.
And then they go and brag.
Stop right there. No, just stop right there. Now you go to the last, the second to the last, or even the last sentence. It said Madden 20 is the most successful game in the franchise with new modes like Superstar KO.
That's what I just pointed out.
Simulation.
Exactly.
And Madden NFL esports
broadcast.
The sim mode isn't fucking allowed on that mode of games. So what are we
talking about?
Basically, they're saying, Nana boo boo, you can't make a sim game for another year. We've gotten our shit together, so we can talk now.
In other words, EA Sports exploiting the simulation aspect of their license to do bullshit like this.
And then in the same breath, knowing that you're not putting a game out, basically trying to handicap the market for non-simulation games.
Why don't you? Why are you in the business of making a simulation game when you're touting this stuff
with an exclusive deal that you keep renewing?
Right.
And you're touting everything that's not sim about your game.
Exactly. And you wonder why people get pissed off at this company. We're out here trying to make this game our damnedest to make it as sim as possible with sliders.
They
all
out
kind
here
of bullshit.
wagging the finger.
And they're just basically saying, yeah, y'all keep doing that. We don't give a fuck.
They're like, no. We're still making sim games.
All right.
Did you play the knockout mode just recently?
We'll be building on that momentum with more new and different experiences, which has nothing to do with sim because you're talking about different experiences.
No. Basically, they're telling you that, we don't give a fuck about simulation football. That's basically what they're telling you.
No, it's a title that they can use to, and we've talked about this for years.
They do that to corner the market.
Of course.
But look, this is basically what I said earlier this year. When Superstar KO came out and that shit got more attention than franchise mode, which is literally one of the first modes they ever had in any Madden game. When Superstar KO got more attention, that's when I was pretty much done. I was like, you know what? I'll play the game for what it is, but I don't have zero expectations of what they're trying to do with franchise mode. There's no way. Because of shit like this.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who is the communications director, the PR guy for EA Sports. That's why I pointed out initially.
Somebody that thinks
this.
Somebody that thinks only EA fans will read it.
This probably got looked over maybe one time, and that person probably skimmed through it. It's like, all right, just put it out there. It doesn't matter.
No, this is what it says. They said, EA Sports is an exclusive publisher, and it remains unchanged. Okay, that's good. That's all you got to say. Ain't even read the rest of it.
I'm like, this is what my communications degree has me doing, breaking down bullshit statements like this coming from EA Sports.
Yeah.
This is when you really think about it, this is a bad statement. This is not a good one. But anyway, nevertheless, 20. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Are we gonna support this arcade style game that comes out?
It depends on what it looks like, because again, we gotta hold it to the same standard.
Absolutely.
See what happens. See what they do with it. See what they put out a demo at some point during that time frame. See how it plays, and just wait and see.
I'm telling you
Again,
right now. I'm telling you right now. If that shit's like NBA 2K Playgrounds, I'm not buying that shit. NBA 2K Playgrounds is fucking terrible.
The best. Well, no, because remember that technically wasn't even a game built by them. They kind of just bought that, so it was like another.
That is true because
it's not like they even developed it. Yeah.
That's true. It was another company, and they just slapped their name on it.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I doubt. My advice to 2K is simple. Whatever little loopholes you can find, please use them.
Exploit the fuck out of it.
Release the best game that you can that will give us a preview of what your simulation game will be. And you will have your chance to smoke Madden the following year.
I think Madden really going to have to step their game up at this point, regardless.
They have no choice. And they need to get a head start, and the mode that they really need to
fucking franchise.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, if NFL 2K comes out with a full-fledged game and their franchise mode is anywhere close to my league, and they still have this my team shit, Madden's gonna have a serious problem.
You know what? Drizzy89 Leon just made a good point. What if they just put out, similar to the Prelude, what if they just put out a full-fledged 16 episodic year career mode? Where, okay, fine, you don't want it to be simulation?
I'm gonna tell you right now, in NBA 2K, ever since 2K10, that's where NBA 2K really took off. Fuck all that, my league and my team and stuff. Y'all gotta understand, at the end of the PS3 and the Xbox 360 lifespan, it was all about my career. That's what it was all. He might be on to something.
Let these motherfuckers put out an NFL My Career where you can play a crazy ton of fucking seasons, like a crazy fucking obnoxious amount.
You got to think about this.
And they won't limit how many players you can make.
Listen, you got to think about this. That does not go under simulation when you really think about it. It's not 11 on 11.
You're controlling one player.
You're controlling one player.
Yep.
Yo, listen. Like I said, NBA 2K, they built their franchise off of my career, my player. Don't get a lot of these people who are probably like 10 years old or maybe like 11 years old don't understand where NBA 2K started. It started off of the my player. So this is like if they could recycle that if they could if they could reinvent the wheel with that, Madden could seriously have a problem because
don't let that shit have the fucking scouting combine.
Just like 2K11.
Just like we've been wanting the fucking summer league, right? Don't let it have the scouting combine. Don't let it have college
off season when you got to go and train throughout the off season.
Bro.
Yo, that could be a Drizzy. You know what? If I wasn't broke right now, I'll probably buy him a game for that great.
Just imagine.
I'm dead ass serious. That's a good one.
Just imagine the current state of 2K's My Player right now, where they have the practice that you can go. Imagine doing that for a fucking football game.
Right. That's what I'm
saying. As a player.
Listen, do you understand? Do you understand?
You can lift weights.
No, seriously. Do you understand? No. Do you guys understand what this could be? NFL My Career, you have players, all of them get together and play on one team together like they do like at the park or like they do in the Jordan Rec League.
They would probably have to limit it to like 7-on-7, but
they'd have the modes that are compatible to them.
No, I'm saying just to start.
I got you.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, nobody might want to be a My Career offensive lineman.
Well,
no. Seriously, hear me out. They don't want. They might not want to be an offensive lineman. They might not want to be all My Career punter. Let's give them all the skill players. You get a 5-on-5. You get 2 receivers, 1 running back, 1 quarterback, 1 tight end. All 5 of them on one team. Everybody else is a CPU. And then gets another 5 players that may play defense. 1 linebacker, 1 defensive end, 2 a safety, and 2 DBs.
Well, I say
a 5-on-5
easy way
like that. That could be That would be something sick.
Well, hey, an easy way they can do it, they can have that mode, then they can have Oklahoma drill, and they can have one-on-ones with DBs and wide receivers.
Yeah, because
And call it a day.
You're talking about that 5-on-5 experience being like a PvE type of situation versus PvP. So
the guys who do want to be linemen, you can have the Oklahoma drill. For guys who want to be the skill position players, you have all three modes really. Yeah, I mean, there's a man.
I can see where they can have a crew like how NBA had, like NBA 2K has the crew. When you have players play, I could see that could possibly happen in the NFL game. We have like a 5-on-5, and everybody else on the field is CPU, and you play against everybody like that with your own my player. That would. But
just crazy. Imagine the amount of interactivity you can have. You actually do find dudes who are linemen, and you have a Jordan Rec team type thing where you're bringing linemen in, you're bringing running backs in, you're bringing wide receivers, quarterbacks in, and your starting 11 goes up against another team starting 11 just like you would in Jordan Rec League. It would be crazy.
I would put it like this. That's not far-fetched because Madden on the PS2 days, they actually had mechanics where you can control the linemen. Remember Run the Daylight in Madden 07? Okay, and Run the Daylight, you can actually control the lineman to open the hole for the running back. And
they still have them.
Yeah, they had ways where you can shift, like you can move one way for the lineman. You can actually block a certain way. Hell, you can even hold if you felt like you was getting beat.
Yeah,
they had mechanics for that. I don't know if it's still there now because I don't play with linemen at all.
They still have. I mean, look, it would be easy for them to just, if you want to do the running back mechanics and just do strafe, boom, or whatever, just something simple. But that's what I'm saying. It's like.
Could you imagine rips and swims versus a blocking mechanic you can do with some player?
Fuck that. Imagine our squad, bro. You got a receiver, you got a running back, you got a fucking cornerback.
Right.
Get NYK. I don't know what position NYK plays. Get him on that, bro.
I mean, like I said, the possibilities are endless, and 2K they could be on to something. The only thing we could do is wait. I mean, the game's gonna be out in 2021, so I look at it for it to be next year, whatever arcade style game or whatever game they put out. Maybe it will be a my career game. I mean, if it's a my career game, I'm gonna be honest, Madden's not gonna be able to compete with that. They tried already.
Bro, just put out a demo with the launch title with the launch of NBA 2K this year.
Like I said, if they do a my player, if they capitalize on it, EA can't contest that because they tried superstar mode. Not superstar mode. What was it? QB1 and long shot.
Yeah.
They tried it already and it bombed. So
2K has
compete with that. They can't compete with that.
2K clearly has great in-house writers, right? These storylines, whether we like them or not, have been pretty good for the past 2 years.
2K19 was it 2K? Yeah, 2K19 was actually really good.
And this year's was pretty good, right?
I haven't played it.
Obviously, the designers that are designing and drawing these players for NBA 2K are just fucking top notch, right? So you have to figure graphically in the cutscenes it's gonna look crazy. So 2K has a lot of advantages in house, especially considering that they do have the flagship NBA title. No, it's not football, but still,
right?
It's similar in drawing players and just the way they look, their build, everything like that. It's so similar. I mean, man, it's gonna be interesting, bro. That's all I can say.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna step aside real quick.
All right, man. When I saw that news, bro, I called you this morning, VF. I was like, bro, I gotta call VF real quick.
No, what's up?
No, because I called you this morning because I saw the news on IG. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, that's what that number was? My bad. No, I'm just messing with you. No, I didn't. I'm serious. I didn't get the phone call. I probably was in a bad area.
Bro, I thought somebody was trolling. I had to pull over.
Nah, man. So anything else y'all got? Because I want to talk about Spike Lee before we talk about this GameStop bullshit.
No, you good?
Got anything, DJ?
He stepped away for a second. Remember?
Oh, okay. Cool. Spike Lee got kicked out of the game. We talked about this about a week and a half ago, but we really didn't expound upon it. Spike Lee got kicked out of a Knicks game for going through the wrong area, which I thought was asinine. I thought it was very stupid. But nevertheless, I got his Instagram post. See if I can pull that up. Where he actually let's see. Let me see. Is this recent? Uh well, his Instagram post don't have much to say. I'm not even gonna post that. Basically, what do you guys think about this whole situation about him getting kicked out of a game? Do you think it's warranted? Do you think they could have cut him some slack? Do you think James Dolan is still doing dumb shit? What are your thoughts
I
about
mean,
this?
it's James Dolan being James Dolan. James Dolan's a cunt. That's what he is. That's what he's been. That's what he always will be. He is an asshole who his father passed down the team to him. He has no idea what the fuck to do with it. He has a bunch of yes men and some fucking, some fucking grandfathered in security who's been working there since probably before he took the team over. And it's just another fucking black eye on one of the most prestigious and legendary organizations in the NBA.
Yeah, I think it's really stupid. I think it's really stupid for him to just do anything like that. I don't have much to say about it. I just believe that when I first heard it, I thought it was just real dumb. Like of all people, this guy, you gonna escort him out? I mean, after that, I think there was like
Petty shit too, bro. Like
yeah, I mean,
petty,
after
like
that, no, I'm just saying. I
yeah,
think after that, I think the attendance went down. I think they only had like 3,000 people at the next game because of that.
bro. But here's what makes it even worse. It's the fucking statement that they released about it.
Oh, what was the statement?
So they basically said that they had told him multiple times he can't go through that entrance anymore, which is utter bullshit because look, what good does Spike Lee get out of making a fucking scene about something that you've told him about multiple times? They have no evidence of the email that they claim they sent him. They have no evidence of a letter that they could have sent him. They have no audio. And then you tell him, oh, you got to go all the way outside and walk around the block? Fuck off, bro. Like, honestly, like, this dude, James Dolan, needs to be taken in a back alley, and somebody needs to beat that dude to within an inch of his fucking life. Because he's honestly a piece of shit. Like, he's really a piece of shit.
Yeah,
And I'm not even going to mention the fact that he basically shits on my industry with his sorry fucking band and their piece of shit music that they put out. But that's beyond the point. Like, fuck him.
All right.
He needs to go.
DJ, you got anything on the Spike Lee thing?
Well, I think I was the main one that brought it up, and I think in the last time I was on the podcast, I also just shared in the DMs. I shared the statement from the Knicks. So if anybody wanted to read that,
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it and see if it's worth looking. If it's a bunch of damage control, I'm good.
but from
I mean,
I'm like just
that's
overall,
what it is.
I was like I remember I remember a little bit of what I said, and it's one of those things where it's like, okay, we first saw this on a video clip, and you could clearly tell that Spike Lee was ambushed by this.
Yeah.
Right.
It was clear as day. I'm like, and then for Spike Lee to verbatim repeat exactly what he said, in defense of why.
Wait a minute. Oh, keep going. I'm gonna put this up. They Bills, did you read the statement?
I fucking read it.
Yeah, that's the statement he was talking about.
That's the one I'm talking about.
I'm gonna read this statement.
Yeah, they got real greasy in
God.
their statement. Yeah.
Go ahead, DJ.
But yeah, I'm like, and because I remember bringing up the street entrances, the 31st Street versus the 33rd Street entrance, and the fact that Spike Lee had already been through that entrance for something else.
And not to cut
going
you
on,
off,
and
not to cut you off, but here's the other thing. The fucking court is on a completely different floor.
Right.
Like, that's a huge fucking arena, bro.
Right.
You're telling him to take the elevator down out the back door and walk around when he's already in there?
And then for the fact, and then for the fact that, like I was saying a while ago, they already scanned his ticket, and that's what he brought it. He was
So
like,
you
"Look,
come back in.
I know the deal.
So
I leave the stadium, I can't come back in."
Right. So the fact that they scanned this ticket, that means that they let him in anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
because
That means that's on the employee. Leave
yeah,
Spike
that's
alone.
where you and me were going back and forth over that, but we both eventually agreed that it was incompetence of the Knicks staff.
Right.
If this was if he had been told this, then the staff should have been aware that, okay, if you see Spike Lee, remind him about this. But it didn't happen until he got past the ticket scanner into the elevator, where they try to get him on the elevator. He was like, nah, I'm already here.
Yeah, I can see if he was
So,
just walking in the door and they caught him as soon as he walked in the door. I
Right.
get it. But if he's already scanning in, I mean, like, you know what? We'll talk to you, Spike Lee. Listen, we don't want you coming here no more. Go enjoy the game. That employee, I need to talk to you. Point blank.
I mean, look, this is the same motherfucker who kicked the fan off for saying sell the team, and they did it a couple days ago too. Like the fan literally said, sell the team. Just like that. He didn't have any curse words.
that was last season when that
was a couple years ago. It was a couple years. Well, yeah,
that was last season. Yeah.
Well, he's like sell the team.
And then you talk about the Charles Oakley incident. I mean, it's just getting worse.
Of course.
Yeah, that was the other thing that Spike talked about, because that's what he said in the hallway. He was like, "You gonna escort me out like you?" Yeah. He was arrest me. Are you gonna arrest me? Are you gonna like you did Charles Oakley?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Oakley got arrested, didn't he?
Yeah.
So the thing is, he said, like, I remember when he kicked that fan out, and he's like, "Oh, how would you like to not come to any more games?"
Yeah, that was.
What are you, fucking 5 years old? Well, how would you like to not come to my birthday party? Like, bro, you're doing people a favor. The fucking team sucks.
Like, how about you like to get? Do you like to get knocked the fuck out?
Right. And then
that could be arranged.
Hold him for Kevin. Fucking Kevin. The dude who's been there for 30-something years working security. Kevin. Hold him for Kevin.
Let me read this statement.
Yeah, read the statement.
Let me read this dumb-ass statement.
Man,
from the New York bullshit Knicks.
Oh, I want to read this statement.
Go ahead, DJ. You go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. The idea that Spike Lee is a victim because we have repeatedly asked him to not use our employee entrance and instead use the dedicated VIP entrance, which is used by every other celebrity who enters the garden, is laughable.
Hold on, pause.
Okay.
You see how they tried to sneak in which is used by every other celebrity. So what makes him so good? Well, you see how they
I got a question. What other celebrity goes to the Knicks games?
What is it? No, there's a good portion of them, but it's like, okay, so let's say you did repeatedly ask him, what's stopping y'all from physically preventing him from coming through the entrance like you did everybody else that you tried to kick out of the fucking arena? You couldn't stop him.
My thing is, if you repeatedly ask him, why are these employees still letting them in?
That's what I'm saying. Like you have enough communication to hold a fan and ban him for life from Knicks games, but you don't have communication to tell your most famous fan he can't come through this entrance. The fact they think people are gonna believe this shit. Go ahead, DJ.
Okay. It's disappointing that Spike would create this false controversy to perpetuate drama. He is welcome to come to the garden anytime via the VIP or the general entrance, just not through our employee entrance, which is what he and Jim agreed to last night when they shook hands.
Okay, stop right there.
And gave Spike the coronavirus.
No, Lord. If they agreed on this that night before when they shook hands,
then that means they never talked about it prior.
Exactly. Let's go back to the top. They said our employee, they asked him repeatedly, but they agreed on it last night. Chill the fuck out.
Now, here's another thing. Have we seen any video of him shaking Spike's hand?
Have we seen any video of him being asked repeatedly?
Man, I thought there was a picture or something of them standing together, but I don't think it was them shaking hands. I know they tried to picture like, "Whoa, look, Spike Lee's in the front."
All those cameras in the arena. but
Yeah.
come on, man.
Yeah, the Knicks are full of shit.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, it's just another notch on the Knicks franchise. Not a
Well,
good one.
Like, can we think about all the shit that this motherfucker has done just in the past 3 or 4 years?
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
well,
saying.
first he hired Phil Jackson. Let's just start there.
He hired he hired Phil Jackson. He basically allowed Phil Jackson to run the most beloved player in that fucking city out of town. Then
He ran Porzingis off too.
he trades Porzingis for
fucking
Dennis Smith.
No. He ran Porzingis off. They just traded.
Wait, he ran him off too because Porzingis was like, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not like they just traded him because, like, oh my god,
what
he
the
really
fuck
wanted
is
to.
This triangle bullshit?
Right. It wasn't like it wasn't like Porzingis wanted to stay. I mean, it was rumblings like a month before, like he wanted out.
Then they get Bobby Portis. They get Marcus Morris.
They get like 7 full power forwards.
They get 7 fucking power forwards and guards in combination, and then after that, you find out that they didn't even offer Kevin Durant max,
or Kyrie.
So yeah,
knowing damn well that they wanted to come to New York. That's why they end up in Brooklyn, and that just make more Knicks fans more upset because like they could have went anywhere else,
man,
but they went to Brooklyn. Like like really,
this motherfucker out of there, bro. Awful.
I'm glad that's not my team. I'm sorry.
You know what's funny? Being a Washington Redskins fan, I can only look to my owner Daniel Snyder and be like, damn, he was doing stuff. It's kind of similar to this shit, even worse. And now you got James Doolin doing this shit.
Doolin.
DJ, his was worse.
What's up?
Is that even the same fucking outfit Spike was wearing that night in that picture where they're shaking hands?
No.
Bam.
No.
Okay.
That's what was also bullshit about that picture.
I'm done.
I don't even think that was his thing.
Oh,
because even the picture looked blurry. I was just like, they presenting blurry pictures as evidence. Okay, and they probably photoshopped Doolin next to him anyway. That could be next level.
Thomas was in the fucking organization. Are you serious?
It could have been. That could have been a picture of Isaiah Thomas shaking his hand. Nah,
and they just photoshopped it.
Bruh, come on, man.
Yeah, now I gotta look at that picture again.
That's crazy.
Hold on,
it's
wait a minute.
Blurry ass picture, but yeah, that looks like from it. Wait a minute, who's this bald head dude with a beard? That's I don't know.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. We're gonna have to present this this picture just to show everybody. Let me grab it off of here.
I got it.
Oh, you got it? All right. Post that shit.
Let me where'd it go? Oh shoot.
I have the link right here just in case.
I mean, I got it too.
I'm just making sure.
Hold on a second.
Hold on a second.
Nah, all right. Okay. Is that you already sent that to me. I just gotta go to it. The one I had, I must have exited out on accident.
Okay.
Yeah, I must have exited out on it. I got it.
Okay.
Let me move this over. I'm gonna put it on my second screen. You coughing? You okay? All right, I got something for you. Hold on.
Bro.
There it is right there.
Time's up.
Bro.
There's the picture right there. I don't get it. I just don't. I mean, that's not the same picture because I think the picture he was wearing more Nick paraphernalia or something.
Hold on.
I can't remember what he was wearing tonight.
Who are they playing against when that all?
Oh, I can't remember.
Shit. Fuck. Wait a minute.
Yeah, because then we can see.
I got an easy way to figure that out.
Okay.
It was the same day that Leon Rose was named the president.
Because then we definitely got to see Knicks highlights of that night. Because
while we do that, y'all got anything else? We'll come back to this once you find out the information. I want to talk about.
That was on my birthday. Wow.
Yeah.
March 2nd. Okay, who they play March 2nd? I'm gonna find that. Go to ESPN app.
Shit, come to find out they didn't play nobody that night.
That'd be fucking hilarious, right?
Come to find out it was an off night for the Knicks.
Because another thing Spike was saying was that apparently they welcomed a lot of the old Knicks players back.
Yeah, it was like Latrell Sprewell and
they let that shit go down.
Okay.
Yeah,
they were playing the Rockets.
Yep. Okay, I remember that because
right,
they actually won that night. They had a comeback game that night.
Yeah, that was Let me see. Let me check these highlights.
Oh, why you check those highlights? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. First of all,
I'll be right back.
Before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and go through some of these comments. We got a lot of comments. Sorry for that, guys. We did not catch your comments. Let's see. Start from the top. Let's see. Ravens Nation said he was not happy about 2K coming back. He said that I was not happy until I read the details. It said it'd be on a non-under simulation football. Okay. Let's see. He also said what killed APF wasn't even the lack of a license. It was promoted horribly and it didn't have features. I agree. Totally agree.
Okay, now Spike normally sits on the opposite side of the bench, like, you know,
yeah, he does.
The way to broadcast. I'm trying to see if I can spot him.
Yeah.
Okay, I see him. Okay, yeah, I caught him. Let's see. Let me look at that picture again.
Chris Thomas also said,
it was the same. It was the same clothes.
Oh, he's wearing the same clothes? Also,
yeah, because
they are transparent.
I spotted that yellow top from where, and he was wearing the same hat. So it was from the same game. So that wasn't photoshopped. It wasn't.
Chris Thomas says, I agree with you, but I think when it comes to the mighty dollar, 2K will come up with their own MUT-style product. Absolutely. NY Kia said these jokers could have made a game all this time. Yeah, we totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Be nice when there's super chats instead of.
We got to be eligible for that shit.
I know that. Well, YouTube they take what's the percentage YouTube takes?
40. They take 40%.
So technically, it's not even worth it for you guys even if we were eligible for super chats.
Right.
YouTube would take a portion of that money.
We might just need to drop a PayPal. Yeah, we might just need to drop a PayPal link down.
Right.
Shit. Let's see. And Wakia also says it could easily be a 7-on-7 type thing. You be creative. I agree. Chris Thomas says, what if 2K saying the game isn't sim but a comp game? I like what he did there. I like that. Sim versus comp. I like that.
It's a sports game.
And look at this comment right here, Bill. Hey, how clever this comment right here is. He said, yo, what if 2K says the game isn't a sim game but a comp game?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
That's clever. I like that. Sim comp arcade
game made
like
for esports.
NYKia addressing Ravens Nation saying they can't use historic teams. NFL owns their likeness, but don't know if individual player likeness or past players are part of NFLPA. That's true. That's one of the reasons that kind of sunk APF, to be honest with you.
Well, that
2K,
and marketing.
Yeah. 2K Football now says depends on what the team have working on a new football game. If they get the NBA 2K team, especially Sean Lee, then I will have high expectations. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a good one. I don't think the same NBA team is that same NBA team that was on the Dreamcast team. Because y'all don't know that the Visual Concepts did the football and basketball team basketball game back on the Dreamcast. I don't think those players are still around that actually help. I think a lot of people left once they went over to 2K. I don't think too many Dreamcast people are still there, to be honest with you. But you never know. But I don't think the NBA team is the same that can do the same with the NFL game. I just don't. I don't see that. When Sega Sports did the game on the Dreamcast, there was no individual teams per se. Everybody did everything. I don't know if it's the same now. I just don't know. We did talk about GameStop a while back. We're going to touch on it again because Reggie, I don't know if you may know who this
the former Nintendo guy.
Yeah,
who's Reggie?
Yeah, I was just about to say, Bills. You may not know who Reggie is.
No idea.
Reggie Fils-Aimé. He was vice president or president of Nintendo of America.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's very creative when it comes to games, but I don't think he'll be able to save GameStop. I think it's a done deal. It's nice to see him there. he's about 5, maybe 7 years too late. But I say it's good for the brains, but you can't get nothing done when the ship is already 85% in the water. It's already sunken 85% in. DJ, before what do you think about this?
It's too late.
Yeah, I think it is too.
And the thing is that Reggie will give GameStop a quick pop, a cheap pop, but that'll be it.
Yeah, I think that his name and his ideas would have helped, but at this point, I don't think so. It's just too late. I mean,
it's way too late.
It's nothing against him because people say what they want about Reggie, about him, how he turned in Nintendo to a more of a kiddie style, company. But at the end of the day, he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. He's not a dummy when it comes to gaming. But it's just that when you're talking about it's almost like trying to get like that washed up player, and you get him a top notch coach for him to be back where he used to be. Physically, he just can't do it. It's too late. Bills, since you know a little bit about this guy, what do you think?
Well, first I want to say that 2 other people were hired on his board of directors as well. A former Walmart U.S. president, Bill Simon, and PetSmart chief J.K. Simchick.
They're going down. They're going down.
It's like,
they're going down. They're trying to do rollbacks and sell pets. They're going down.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, man. GameStop's ass. They'll get a cheap pop during the console, the new console.
They might well go ahead. They might well go ahead and liquidate a sell off so I can go in there and rack up on all the bullshit for like 60% off. Like shit, go ahead and make everything in there like 60 to 75% off, and then call it a day. I'll have like all this shit up here in this game room all of a sudden. They're like, what the hell happened? Like, yeah, I bought GameStop.
Chris Thomas, that's a good question.
Yeah, I'm about to talk about that in a second. But no, I mean, it sucks because I'm old school. I like going. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the downloading it because I just downloaded Modern Warfare Warzone. But we're not gonna talk about that bullshit today. But I like going out to buy games, but the experience have died off with GameStop. They try to push so much shit on you, they're in your face about upsells and trade-ins and buy this card and do you have blood and what's the social security card number?
Do you have blood?
Yeah, they do so much shit now. It's like I don't want to go in there. Mainly, I go there now. I bought a few Wii U games from there because that's like one of the easiest places to buy Wii U games, and just to add to the collection. But all the other stuff, I'm looking like I may get my PS5 or Xbox Series from there. I may. Other than I might just go to Walmart or Best Buy or something. Let's see. Let's talk about this Chris Thomas thing because nobody has nothing to say about this GameStop shit. Everybody wants the shit to die off anyway.
Everybody's like, GameStop, that shit still exists?
Exactly. Chris Thomas say, do you think the NFL is going to handcuff 2K? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and it won't matter.
They're going to try their best. I mean, you got to think about it. NFL, the rules are in place on their games. They don't want, like, concussions. They probably don't want none of the crowds to be empty. They don't want nobody kneeling in the games.
You know what the difference is, though?
They ain't going to want none of that shit.
The difference is...
No, actually, they do allow kneeling. You still have to QB kneel.
That's true.
The difference is, a lot of EA apologists use that as an excuse. 2K is not going to use these handcuffing allegations as an excuse. Like when you ask, like it's almost like these motherfuckers like saying, "Oh well, why aren't mouthpieces in the game?" Well, the NFL, like no, it has nothing to do with fucking NFL. Like 2K is going to have all the shit in the game that we want. Because they're very detail oriented. It's like
because that's the thing. It's not the extra stuff you want. We want the basic stuff.
Right. It's like just get the basic shit right. So that's the thing with EA. It's like it shouldn't be a discussion about what they're doing to handcuff EA because I think that's a bullshit excuse. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with the handcuffs. Nobody. I would love to see the communication back and forth where they said, "Hey, EA, this is what we're gonna do to handcuff the game. You can't fully flesh out franchise mode.
Exactly.
Guarantee you would never
like I
happen."
said, these are the two things. Concussions, I kind of understand it. I don't agree, but I understand. Empty stadiums, bullshit. If your team is 2-14 or 2-7, nobody's coming to your games. I don't want to see a full crowd.
Why would they want them? Why would they want them in the game if they black out those games in real life too?
Right, exactly.
But that's my point. I mean,
even if Bills, even if I don't know if this was in Madden back in the day, but I know definitely it was in EA NCAA football. Mm-hmm. If it was not a televised game, you did not have Lee Corso and Brad Nessler commentating.
No, that's true. Yeah.
You had the PA announcer, and that was it. So if a game was blacked out, would it be the same thing? Now, I would love to see that come back.
I just thought about something else. Just imagine if 2K uses the same logic that they have for getting their commentary teams with the NBA for the NFL.
Ooh.
What if they can nail down a Jim Nantz and a Tony Romo and then
then turn around and get Peyton Manning on the back end.
Get Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning now is going to be.
Yeah.
That would be sick. That would be nice.
I mean, see, Smitty. Okay, so you want to put Smitty's comment?
I got to go ahead.
Oh.
Expectations should be tempered, as what'll end up happening is that we'll get mobile 2K games and possibly free to play game. Too many are assuming that a console game is coming.
I don't think he read the whole statement of 2K.
He clearly didn't.
Because I'm gonna tell you, it's a possibility that the game will be on mobile, but this statement that they put out basically saying that they're coming to consoles in 2021.
Yes. I'm gonna just say this statement just makes it look like the EA communications. No offense, Smitty, but that sounds like a very tempered EA statement. Like it's a good statement, but
no, but I'm saying
I don't think you read the whole thing.
There's no way that 2K is doing all of this and then coming out with a game in 2021 and it's just be mobile. I don't see that. I see them.
I see that in addition to what they're
doing. I found some. Hold on, let me send this to y'all.
Okay, what's going on?
So this is another article about this.
Which one you put it
with
in?
A lot more information? I'm gonna send it to the DM.
Which one?
Sorry. Twitter.
Okay, I got it. Okay, go ahead.
Because this is from Polygon. This gives a lot more information.
You know what? I think I had that on my phone.
So I just sent it.
Because I get Okay, hold on. Let me read this real quick. Okay, all right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up right now. This is very interesting. I'm glad you put this out there because I got this on my phone, but I didn't really look at it. All right, look at this. Just look at the top right here. It says 2K makes a return to making NFL football video games, but not a Madden competitor. Fair enough. Now, this is what I looked at right here.
Hey, if you may want to get rid of Smitty's.
I am. I saw it.
Okay. I was about to say, I was like, nobody can see that.
Oh, that's the screen. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm clicking too many things. My bad.
Oh, wait, there's more. It's worth noting that.
Hold on, where is this? Oh, okay.
Only covers the names.
Hold on, we don't get to that. Hold on. Here we go, right here. It says right here, various games are in early development. The plan with the release them starting in 2021. The publisher specified in the news release that rolled out, scheduled to begin sometime during Take-Two Interactive 2022 fiscal year. That's what we need to pay attention to. When the fiscal year, when that comes out there, what that thing they call the fiscal press release?
Mm-hmm.
We need to, when that comes out in the 2022 fiscal year press release, we need to pay attention to that. That's when we'll really know. But it says, which means that the earliest possible release window is April 2021. Now, if they got various games, there's no way that this is going to be just mobile.
Whoa, bro.
There's
a lot of shit in here I'm reading now.
Is it from the same link?
Yeah.
All right. What tell me what.
Hold on a second. Go down to where it says it's a very interesting time.
Okay, I'm right here. Here we
Okay,
go.
I'm there.
It's a very interesting time for the NFL to sign a licensing deal with another game publisher. The new contract with 2K is only possible because of a change in the terms of the NFL's arrangement with EA.
Yep.
That deal previously encompassed any kind of league licensed video game,
Exactly. And the only,
which is why
and
EA
not
was
only
able to make 2012's arcade-style NFL Blitz, basically.
Yeah, you know what? Not only that, the only time, at that time, nobody could really make a game. I think the only way they could make it was just exclusively mobile.
Yeah.
It says EA currently exclusivity contract with the league only covers NFL licensed simulation football games on computers, consoles, and mobile devices.
Yeah. Moreover, EA's existing deal is set to expire at the end of the 2021 season, as in early 2022. While EA would presumably seek to renew its contract, the lucrative annual franchise that has been the bedrock of the EA's blah, 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 the NFL may finally be willing to open up things to some competition after more than 15 years of exclusivity.
Right here. Stop right there. Exactly what I said earlier. Get off here. It said, especially if, by that point, 2K has demonstrated the same kind of talent for football that applied to bringing this basketball series to the apex of sports gaming. Basically, this whole thing, this first year, is basically testing the waters, like I said. That's basically what I said.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, there's even more information. Bro, they have all the tea in this motherfucker.
Cool, keep going.
Go down to update. So they had the bullshit statement from EA. That was the first one that says update.
You talking about update number 2?
Now keep going down. While EA's contention that its licensing agreements with the NFL and NFLPA, quote, have always allowed for non-exclusive development of non-simulation games on various platforms is technically true, is somewhat misleading. The publisher indeed started out with the exclusive rights to make arcade-style football games and management titles, not just traditional simulation games like Madden. Here's the relevant wording, and then they go on to show a lot of shit.
It says, okay. Oh, they went back to 2004.
Yeah,
when the
bro.
first, okay, there's a relevant word for December 13, 2004. I remember making a video on this. Announcing EA's initial 5-year exclusive deal. Both agreements are exclusive for action simulation, arcade style, and manager games on the PC, handheld game, and device consoles, including console online features. The agreements do not exclude, it do not include exclusive rights to other types of games or games accessible from the internet or wireless devices, including cellular phones. Okay.
So basically, EA's full of shit.
So it said, over the years, the arrival of smartphones and tablets brought mobile gaming to a new level of relevance. EA's contract involved to encompass the So basically, they renewed the contract to add to mobile.
And every year they started adding stipulations, more and more stipulations.
And it
It seems like as the years go on.
Yeah, it says the deals became limited to simulation football games, leaving other publishers free to form agreements with the NFL and NFLPA for non-simulation titles.
Mind you, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Now, let's go back to Rex Dixon's statement, right? When he had the hip hop gamer. Now, other than him saying that, who really knew that the license was actually open? That's my thing. It's like EA's doing all this posturing, but really, they just kept doubling down on their fucking agreement every time and probably paying more money.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think it gets to a point where, like, somewhat like the MLB deal with MLB The Show. Like, look, you need to open this up to other platforms. The NFL, as greedy as we feel that they've been all this time, because all this stuff that they touch has been exclusive. Credit cards, jerseys, official beer of the NFL. There's always been exclusive. I think this is a situation where they look at the MLB, they probably see the NBA, they probably see other sports games and say, you know what? This might be a good idea to actually, take certain things off the table when it comes to exclusivity.
Wait, Smitty.
Yeah, I read that statement too. No one missed that part of your statement.
We already said the game.
Hold on, tell me. Fill me in. What happened?
Go to the comment section.
Okay, which
and
one?
Go to time step 852.
He said, I guess the part where I stated or possible free to play game was clearly
But didn't we say it would be free to play if they included with NBA 2? What are we talking about right now, bro?
He wasn't here. He wasn't here. I'll chalk it up if he wasn't here.
Oh my god.
I don't think he was here.
Yeah, he wasn't here for the first part.
No, he wasn't. But he said,
do we honestly believe NFL's gonna dip their toe back in the? I mean, or I should say, 2K's gonna dip their toe back in the NFL waters to make a fucking mobile game.
Listen. That's one thing. And two, to be quite honest, that thing that you said earlier about it being free to play to go with NBA, I don't even think the NFL would allow that. Let's be honest. The NFL got mad.
Yeah, because remember, we're in this match. We're in this match
because of 2K.
Because of 2K.
Right. The NFL got
money from them.
Exactly. The NFL got mad when they dropped it down to $20. You think they're going to let them do a free?
Well, maybe that rules out free to play in general. maybe we're guaranteed to get a console game based on that.
And I'm clearly joking, but maybe you missed out on that part.
No, but seriously, like, I don't think they're gonna let it be free if the goddamn $19.99 was enough to say, like, you know what? No, we're not doing this shit no more.
Like, back to this shit again, huh?
Yeah, it's like NFL. It's like you can be world be free, but you can be world without a game for the next 19 years.
Or they be like the parent. Oh, your ass ain't learned, huh? You ain't learned that. So $19.99 wasn't enough for you.
We dropped your ass when you dropped it to 20. We make sure that you will sell our game for free.
Oh my god!
Right, like $19.99. You didn't learn the last time, huh?
Right, y'all motherfuckers got yourself in the situation in the first place. So giving shit away for free.
Your ass ain't made it a game for 15 years. We gonna make that shit 30. You fuck around. Keep playing.
Yeah, they're like, we ain't no fucking soup kitchen. We in a game kitchen. We the soup kitchen.
We the NFL shit. Motherfucker, we the Shield. What the fuck you think you're doing? We the Shield. Free to play my ass. Man. You see,
and even if it is free to play, I guarantee you, them fucking cars ain't gonna be free.
Hell no.
Yeah, they gonna pull a stranglehold. Was that what it's called? Stranglehold? And then motherfuckers gave you the game, and then you had to buy all the characters.
Shit, exactly. They'll do a killer instinct on your ass. Like, oh yeah, it's free.
Killer instinct. There we go.
You want to play with the Buffalo Bills? $20, bitch. Motherfucker give you 20. The motherfucker put $20 down for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, fucking Chiefs will be fucking $75.
Right, exactly.
So
you want to play with Pat Mahomes, huh? Okay, $75. Play
That's
with us.
Fucking hilarious.
Shit, play with the NFL you want. Talking about some free to play. The NFL bitch slap 2K.
I know $20. NFL with pimps out here. Where my money, ho?
Put NY Kids comment up there. Please put NY Kids comment up here because this is the main part. This is the main part.
This is what he said. I don't want to hear any jokers who have been wanting 2K game to come back be like, I'm not supporting a game that isn't sim. You will never get another game. No, he isn't. No, he is exactly. And you know what? To be honest with you, not only that because it is a sim. If that bitch is turn based, if that bitch is head coach. If that shit is fucking NFL blitz style, if that shit's like 10-yard fight, they better support this shit. If they don't,
y'all motherfuckers wanted 2K football.
Yeah, if that shit 2K Tecmo football, they better support it because he's right. If that shit, if this arcade style shit bombs, you would never hear from the motherfuckers again. Never.
This is literally our chance to get simulation football back.
It's our chance.
Shut up.
Let me tell you something. It's put up and shut up. All this shit they've been talking about for the past 15 years, all this NFL 2K5 rosters.com shit, all this where you at 2K football now, you better buy 40 copies of this shit.
Yo, especially the motherfuckers asking for an alternative that didn't play Maximum, that won't buy fucking Axis.
Right,
man.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you, 2K
that sold their soul to IMV Gaming, and they still ain't giving y'all that money back.
Hey, all y'all motherfuckers got was a stale ass bean pie.
But you know what? This is funny though. You right. What if 2K did come out with a game with that goddamn type of quality? You better support that shit because like I said, you never see anybody. You won't see the shit again. Like NY Kid said it right here. NY Kid said it right here. It could be football Uno. You better buy the shit.
Yeah, even Apex is like last chance.
He's right.
Even he understands. That's what I'm saying.
Apex, right here, right? Apex, right. This is the last. If y'all don't support this shit, you would never get another game.
Grand
not only
opening,
that,
grand closing.
And to be honest,
I know, right?
this could be a trickle down effect, fellas. What other company gonna come in? Like y'all been goddamn harping for 2K for 15 years, and y'all want to support the game, and no other company's gonna do it. No other company, because 2K is the football game everybody wants, and if nobody supports that, why you think
everybody's like
nobody
YouTube cred, everybody's Twitter cred, Sim football cred gone.
Yep.
Instantly.
Nobody will make
not
a game,
take
let alone
anybody
2K.
seriously on this football
let alone
tip anymore.
2K. You're right. Let alone 2K. Nobody will make another game if this the bombs.
Nobody.
Because they look at, y'all did this to 2K, y'all clamor for them. We're the new guys on the block. We don't stand a chance.
And
this
just
is a big time company that has had success.
Yep.
Before, and hell, you could say would have toppled Madden if they didn't, basically handcuff themselves. If you don't support this, I mean, you can forget it, bro. There's no.
And I said this earlier. I did say if it was an NBA playground style game, I wouldn't buy it. But you know what? I'll be a hypocrite because I bought Axis, I bought Maximum Football. I think everybody bought Backbreaker to.
Yeah, we've been through Backbreaker. We've been through Backbreaker too.
I was probably the only one that didn't buy Backbreaker.
Right, but I'm just saying, there's so many. I would be a hypocrite if I did not buy whatever 2K puts out. That is true. So I will because I did Maximum. Boy, Maximum. I did Maximum. They got good elements, but.
Is Pooh trying to remind Bill something?
But no.
Yeah, because he's talking about what I said, which was that they took their ball on.
No, they did. But you know what? Hindsight, I see why now. I'm not saying I'm not saying that I agree with it. Knowing what we know now, I kind of understand it. But honestly, though, back in 2K8, around 2K8,
yeah, about to say after 2K8, I could understand why they did it.
Back then, there was no reason. They could have came out with another one. They could have came out then, but
they saw how much money they didn't make on that game, and it was like,
But seriously though, they had something they could have built. I don't think it was that big of a loss. They could have built on it and did something different. They could have gave it at least one more shot. But I understand why this generation they did not. Knowing what I know now, I don't agree with it, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
y'all motherfuckers better put up or shut up. That's all I want to hear.
Right.
That's all I want to see.
Right. I agree.
Y'all, all y'all motherfuckers that bash Madden, you make all these Madden sucks videos.
Like I said, and I'm not calling
Soldier Souls for Joe Montana 16.
Yep. And I'm not calling people out just to be funny or whatever, talk shit to them. But I'm be honest, 2K football now better buy multiple copies. Gadden better buy a bunch of copies. Who else? Keith 9842 on Twitter. He better buy multiple copies.
Gadden needs to buy a new hairline. That's what Gadden needs.
Wow, I knew that was coming.
I'm not going there. But, what's that guy name that I said I was going to bring on the show? Oh yeah,
motherfucker out here going MVP.
Who was the guy I said that was going to come on the show? Kurt Ford. He need to buy a bunch of copies. All these 2K guys who love 2K. They need to buy multiple copies. And
all these nom eat 'em up, yum dick eaters out here. Yeah, they need to buy multiple copies, mouthfuls of them.
Bills, I'm gonna need you to address this comment right here.
Let me see what's on there.
Yeah, the one with Derrick Henry with the lead blocker coming.
I was gonna say
lead blocking control where you can take over another opponent.
I guarantee you. Every time you get to the playoffs, your fucking game will shut off because that's when y'all motherfuckers.
Man, that's dirty. That's dirty. No, but seriously though, all these 2K fanboys, they should buy multiple copies. Dead serious because they know it's been 15 years, fellas. 15 years.
Don't choose now to have these lofty standards that we've been talking about when we say keep it consistent. Don't choose now. Don't choose now. That's what
I'm telling you right now. Like I said, I'm telling you right now. I'll be a hypocrite. If I bought Maximum and Access, it did not to buy this. That'd be a hypocritical move on me. So I'm buying mine. So y'all taught that, y'all hung that flag for better and longer than I did. So I expect y'all to walk out the store at least 7 copies.
Yeah, some of y'all planted that flag in y'all asses.
7 copies minimum.
So.
7 copies.
7 copies. They've been tooting this 2K horn for so long.
Y'all motherfuckers better buy enough copies for each year that these motherfuckers are gone. That's how many copies y'all better buy.
Who put that? King Havo? He's another one. No disrespect to none of y'all, but y'all better buy 7 copies. Multiple. Because they've been out here toting that flag hard.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I bet you if Apex goes and buys one, them motherfuckers will follow suit.
Oh, Apex buying it. I know Apex.
Like he's the sim community messiah, the way Seth Rollins is trying to be the Monday Night Messiah.
I'm gonna tell you about. I'm gonna tell you about Apex. Honestly, Apex is a diehard 2K guy, but he is consistent. I believe there's no doubt in my mind that he will buy not only. There's no doubt in my mind he'll buy more than 1 copy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not bashing him, but I'm saying everybody that. I mean, shit. Ryan Moody, you gonna buy one or are you waiting for them to give you an exclusive deal to show your shit, show this shit on your channel? What are you gonna do? Does 2K have to hit you up and big time you, or what's the deal with that? How many breakdown videos matter of fact, I got a better question. How many breakdown videos we gonna see from 2K is all gonna be good shit when it comes out?
I would just leave it. I
just want to know.
I'll just leave it like
the integrity of the sim community is at stake.
It's at stake. It's true. You're right. All seriousness, though.
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for the moment where this line in the sand is fucking drawn, and it's like either you put up and shut up.
All I know is that to those that hold on. Yeah, he said I've been waiting for this for years. I can't wait. That's good. That's good. But I look at all the people that didn't buy All Pro Football 2K8 when it first came out. I was one of those people that bought that game when it first came out and bought it again when put them in the game, suggested to get it after I had traded it away a while ago and I got it back.
I got another question.
All those people are gonna buy whatever 2K puts out the first time, like they're supposed to.
I got another question.
Or they claim to be.
So does that mean that Jay Music's gonna come out as part of the dev team since we didn't get a game from him?
Oh no!
Or is he like?
I told you it was coming out. It's just
right. It's just fucking 20 years later.
I just had to mess around and figure out the rosters.
This is gonna be real.
Put them in the game's fault.
Like this year, I would like to hear his comments on this.
I know to tell you shit about 2K.
He used to be here all the time. I wonder where he's at.
Who?
Put him in the game. I really want to know his comments about this.
He's a night owl, so a lot of times he gonna come late at night and he's popped up. So
he gonna come in and be like, "It's over, y'all. It's over. It's about to take over again."
But all seriousness though, I'm not trying to be funny. Support it. And I'm dead serious because NY Kia made a really good point. You don't support it, and if it bombs and they don't make any money off it, we may not get this simulation in 2022. Like dead serious. I mean, I'm not saying that at this point, I was joking about. No, I'm not joking. No, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not joking about the 7 copies. Now, they need to do that for real. But everybody who listens that listens to us, I highly recommend. Support it.
Yo, DJ, look what I put in the comment section.
What's going on, G-Rob? No, you can't pre-order now. it would be.
Oh, DJ, you saw?
Yes.
Yeah, I see it too. But it would be nice if you could pre-order now, but we don't know what. We don't know what. We don't know. They are going to come back. We don't know what game we're getting, so I don't know if it's gonna be pre-order type right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we just don't know. The game's coming out next year.
Look, all we know is after 2022, all bets are off. Sim community about to come back. Motherfuckers gonna have gray beards and everything, still doing it, Oh my god.
Yeah, but I think this on the up and up is good, but they need the support because if they don't, you ain't getting nobody's making the game. Nobody.
Yeah, this is it.
Anything y'all got before we go?
Nah, I gotta run.
Yeah, my son is like in this little sleeper right here about the.
Yeah,
he's knocked out, but I'm gonna put him in the bed.
And I'm really disappointed in my own peoples because they're voting Biden in a handfuls, and they're voting basically for a vegetable right now.
Damn, that's not good.
He's
Hey, yo,
pretty much a vegetable right
yo,
now.
You was being funny, G-Rob. I got you. I was dead. I thought you were serious for a second.
Why are we as black people voting for a vegetable?
Hey man, listen. That could go in another 2 hours.
Why do we as black people vote for Trump? Oop.
No, I'm saying we can go. I mean, this shit could go for hours. I mean, I'm not. We already know the answer to that.
Man,
all right.
clearly it's not there.
What you got, Bills?
I'd just like to declare the sim community coming back. Today is the day we'll all remember as the make or break time for this community, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm more excited for the reactions to actually having a man up than the game itself.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, DJ?
I'm just gonna be here enjoying all the entertainment. It will be just like it was in 2011 through 2013, to include a civil war. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see. I will put it like this: for me, it all boils down to what they put out within the next 9 to 12 months. I'm really I want to know what that conference call is going to be like. That the Take-Two conference call for 2021 is going to be the conference call to listen to. Not this EA stuff that do they got the license or not? No. The conference call of the fiscal year of 2021, 2022, that's the one I want to listen to. I want to hear about that. I also want to hear about what they're going to come out prior to that or right after that. But definitely, as far as the community goes, I'm just like Ravens Nation. He said, I'm not worrying about it. I would like to see them support. As far as the back and forth, I'm done with that. It's nothing to talk about when it comes to them, talking the way they talk about Madden and 2K at this point. All I need to see them 7 copies when you walk out the store, or I need to see them 7 digital copies you buy. That's what I need.
And one more thing, EA, it's showtime.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true because I'm gonna tell you right now,
working on that franchise mode.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if they do a game that's on par with NBA 2K as far as balancing a my team and a franchise mode, like they do with NBA 2K, Madden will have problems. Because it seems like Madden only could do one, and that's the monetization side. So they're gonna have to do something.
They can't find them football people.
All right. Let's see. Y'all know where to find us. iTunes, SoundCloud.
One last thing.
Go ahead, DJ.
Back to normal. Went 3-1 in the XFL this past week.
You know what? So. I'm gonna be honest. I totally forgot about.
I know.
You didn't even want to talk about it last week,
right? Yeah, I caught that part. I was just like, wow.
Me and Bills was on the podcast live. We didn't even talk about it.
And I went back to normal, 3-1, including that upset victory over St. Louis.
Yeah, I saw that. That hurt me. Still some good games though.
It was a close game, but it was a physical ass whooping.
NYQ with another gem. Watched Madden 21 be the most bug-free release we've seen in 5 years.
No kidding.
Right, exactly. Or Madden 22. Watch. He's right though. He's right. But nevertheless, y'all know where to find us. Discord, like I put on the banner. iTunes, SoundCloud. Oh, DJ, yesterday I put in the thing for Spotify. So.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I redid it for Spotify, so hopefully they'll let me know something.
Because they've been letting all these other people just pop on the platform. I wonder why they didn't respond to us.
Right. This will be my second time putting in for it. But so
they probably saying people vote for Biden.
iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play. Find us there. Our Twitter handles, you know what it is since everybody's here. I can really put that up now. Those are Twitter handles right there. VF Baller, DJ81, JMB, MJ. And I think that's pretty much it. Great show, everybody. Good interaction.
Ravens Nation, I'll tell you what's not going on. The Ravens ain't choking in the XFL.
Good interaction. I know it has something to do with the title, but we love to see y'all here. And Thursday we'll be back. Maybe if there's some more information about this, or hopefully we'll get away from the GameStop stuff. I apologize for that, but we'll see.
Imagine how many views we would have gotten if we put out some type of bullshit title like NFL 2K21 is a reality or some
Oh,
bullshit.
don't you think I didn't look that up during the podcast? I was looking, I seen like a list, including like a Moody video, a Finlow Raps video. Yeah.
Listen, man. No, nothing to knock them, but we just give you the honest stuff. We're not in the clickbait business. You know what it is. When you come here, you're gonna get good, honest, straight up, informative, straightforward stuff. You know, we're not trying to get you to click and I thankful all of y'all hit the like button, but we're not here for that. We want y'all to walk away from this learning something instead of just getting all hyped and then 2 months later be like, oh shit, they told me this and it ain't what it is. We're just gonna give it to you straight. So I think that's it, man. We're gonna be out. We see y'all Thursday, man. Really appreciate it, man. Share this episode. Hopefully
we make our XFL picks this week.
I know, right?
Like I said, unofficially, I'm back to normal. 3-1.
Man, you winning, man. Fuck that, because I didn't make no picks. You won. You're winning right now, shit. All right, y'all. We out. Peace.
All right, DC Defenders back in the house.